Okay guys, I've got a little SEO quickie for you here. Today, as per audience request, we can talk more about how to do the on-page with SEO Copilot, more of the on-page recs of what they are, going through how we would build different pages out for different kind of content with the existing system. As I've been talking previously in keyword discovery here, this is the new design by the way, I haven't been able to go through it yet. It's not perfect as of yet, but it's pretty good. I was saying, there's various different ways when you're doing the keyword discovery portion, which is very, very important to do. You could put in acronyms. You could put in the full description of it. You could put in a longer tail kind of keyword in like, I want to get to these more kind of longer tail keywords, and it will be much smaller. There's only 55 of them here, but it's going to give you the difficulties and the keyword revenue ballpark of how much money is behind these different longer tail keywords. You could do it that way as well. I'm obviously looking for new keywords to go for my client. And there's not a lot of money behind this as far as the algorithm is concerned, but there is high Google Ads competition, which means this is going to be a 1-to-4 ratio on the Google Ads is how we're going to calculate this. Then we're going to take 30% of this for ranking number one, theoretically, and 5% of that modified by the year-over-year change. If it's up 10%, it'll be 10% more than what 5%, so 5.05% conversion rate. And that's what it's presuming you're going to make on a 1-to-4 ratio change on that. People are not bidding a lot on Jaguar OEM parts. And although clearly you'd make more money than $43 a month if you're ranking number one for this, I know that for a fact. However, this is still a good ballpark to be on the low side. It's still safe to be on the low side with this. It is a rough approximate. And I know that my client here doesn't have a lot of money. It's not like he's paying me $2,000 a month. I'll let you know right now, he pays me $500 a month. So as an SEO, it does tell me, when I'm trying to think, how should I build this guy? What should I pitch him for a monthly cost? The keywords I'm getting back are making on the low end like this. And if I compare all the keywords out here, and all the Jaguar-based keywords here, 43 per month, 79.5 per month, 375 per month, that tells me he's on the low end. I know this guy doesn't make a lot of money compared to, like if I was going to do SEO for an SEO company, or compared to if I was going to do SEO for an advertising company or a law firm, or guys who are doing affiliate, who's crushing on affiliate stuff, or people who are crushing on a business services website, or people in the general painting niche who are ranking highly for general painting queries, or a real estate agent I know makes a lot more money or can make a lot more money. So this is useful on so many different levels, the average KRB and the highest KRB. You should go by the average, really, quite frankly. And this tells me right away, okay, I can charge these guys a lot more money. I could just throw their keywords in here in 5 minutes when I'm on the phone with them. I could be like, and they ask me, because they're going to ask me, okay, well, how much are your SEO services, or I'm trading emails back and forth. I could be like, well, how difficult the average difficulty of your niche is here. It's a tougher niche, and how much money they're making. You can decide whether you want them to be a client at all, period, right? This is going to give you an idea of A, do I want to do it at all? B, if I do, how much do I want to charge them? The tougher niche it is, you can mouse over it here to get an idea of how tough. 42% tougher than the rest of the internet, 35% tougher than the rest of the internet, 26% tougher than the rest of the internet, and how much average money there is there. So this gives you a lot of information you can use to determine, do I even want this customer? Is it a tough niche? Should I even go for this niche? Should I keep searching real estate keywords? Should I put in here like real estate tips? Maybe I should go more on the tips angle and say, do that. And then after that runs, see if in real estate tips, just in general, is it equally as difficult? Is it equally as hard to do that? So you can get a sense of the keyword ROI and be like, okay, the BRRR property management tips. It looks like we got different home selling tips. Looks like it really house buying tips. Real estate tips, here we are, 108. Checking the difficulty. Now, also don't forget the modifiers here. If you never use the modifiers, then don't start using them, because then it's going to be comparing apples to oranges. Or if you're like, yeah, I want to use the modifiers, I'm a top level expert, or I have access to one, we're getting rid of the AI content thing. That's not a problem as long as you're in the green for our numbers. They show you can clearly rank number one as long as you're in the green. Whether you wrote it by hand or not doesn't matter. We've clearly shown that with thousands of results. And are you already using a powerful site? It'll make it easier. It can make it easier as well. You can use those if you want, but just realize if you didn't have the modifiers on when you ran these before, and now you have the modifiers on, then it's going to be comparing apples to oranges at that point. Okay, so for my Jaguar client, for example, I realized it's not going to be possible really for him to rank for Jaguar parts anymore. Jaguar parts. It's going to be way too difficult to rank him over this EMD, which the AI thinks is Jaguar, or the actual Jaguar company, or an actual car dealership. He's already as high basically as he's going to get for that. And he gets a lot of clicks. People like him. So it's not like I can make that any better. The AI realizes as good as they are an independent seller, and I'm ranking an actual car company here, a car company or the car company. And he's never going to beat the car company. That's just the way it is, not for a head term like Jaguar parts. So what does that mean? That means, quite simply, what I need to do is I need to go in here and I need to find him other niches he can possibly rank for, right? I need to find him other keywords. And instead of being at the laser end of the sales funnel where he likes to be and wants to be for sales, rightfully so, there might be some more specific queries there, like a specific kind of Jaguar part that he could rank for, and maybe is doing a better job explaining, talking about. He's more helpful, it shows more expertise, experience, authority, and trust, has better semantic keywords. That's possible. Or competing in the middle of the sales funnel and then doing retargeting and changing his whole strategy of how he sells and how he thinks about it. So the first page we decided was the Jaguar AJ V8 engine. So let's view the SERP on this. And let's go to CN. So what I need to do now is decide, is this going to be a good page for the client? Should he build this page? How close to the top is it where I want to stay away from, or the bottom of the sales funnel, the search funnel, where we want to be as close as possible? And if we want to stay there, what is the primary and secondary query intent? Well, it seems to me the primary query intent is informational. Wikipedia is number one for that. And it's the Jaguar AJ V8 engine. Again, these guys are talking about it, 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 talking about it. Again, all these guys are talking about it. Here's the first site you can buy at spot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Either at 10, the bottom of the SERP, if you don't include the YouTube, or on page 2. So it's informational. And you might be like, okay, it's a little higher, but we need to cast a wide net and build as many pages as possible, or at least I need to throw 10 things at him so he'll agree to 6 so we can do 3, kind of a deal. And so this page would be more informational. So the primary query intent is clearly, what is it? You could tell by the featured snippet. We could tell by the people also ask, what is the general vein of them? Is it informational? We could tell by the Wikipedia being number one. We could tell by the fact that every single page here is an informational page on the Jaguar AJ V8 engine. You know, for years I've been saying, go lower in the sales funnel. And I'm not changing that. Generally, you want to be here if you can be here. But when you can't be here, then go to the no-do, go to the middle. And so that's the angle we're going to take for it. So you can know about the engine, and then they can also purchase it on the site, kind of a deal. Also, you can catch them higher in the sales funnel, if at all possible. Would I do all informational? No, I wouldn't, because generative search might eat the lunch there. And again, it's not where in the sales funnel he wants to be. The secondary query intent here, I can tell, is by 2 things. So I ran the report, and I could tell 2 ways what the query intent here is going to be, the secondary query intent. One, a huge hint is in the people also ask. This is the secondary dimension that is usually important to them. And they're asking, is it a Ford engine? I could be like, okay, how much does Ford show up here? I can search. Ford also used this engine, before Ford purchases the company. Oh, it looks like Ford, whether it's a Ford engine, is a fairly important aspect to this dimension, to this information. So that would be a good candidate for the secondary query intent. And I can also check here and check the word Ford. Where does the word Ford show up? If it's north of 5, that means it's trending towards the top. And I see it here at 6. I also see Rover for Land Rover, and Ford Land Rover, the same company as I understand it, at 6 here. And I can look at the top here and say, okay, out of using the stop words are important. Using the stop words, what kind of sentence can I make? Jaguar engine, and see, I don't like this new design that I can't see all of them and do this, but Jaguar engine is for the Jaguar engine. It is new. It is a car from Ford. Okay, look at the important. I'm not saying it's from Ford, but it could be from Ford. It could be from Jaguar as well. But Ford is an important entity in terms of just scrolling down from the top and seeing, okay, this is informational on the Jaguar engine, the V8, the AJ V8, and then talking about Ford as a secondary dimension is definitely a good guess for the primary and secondary query intent. I'm going to write an AI that's just going to tell you what it is. It'll probably replace this AI here. It could replace this AI, what the primary and secondary intent is, instead of just informational navigational. It'll give you an actual topic here, quite possibly. And also it'll be factored into the editor when you're generating your content. But that is a good way to maybe find the primary and secondary query intent right now. And if you want to be more of an SEO who's more involved and double checking what the AI comes up with, depending on how much time, how surgical you want to be on this page, how much care and attention you want to put on it. If you're doing if it's the harder it is to rank for, the more time you need to spend. The easier it is to rank for, the more spray and pray you're going for, the less time you need to spend. That you can just let the AI write it and not worry about it. Although the AI is going to get more and more, it's going to get smarter and smarter as this year progresses. And even when it's getting into harder niches, you're going to be able to spend less time building it because the AI is going to get smarter and smarter, doing everything auto magically on its own in the way that a SEO consultant would, who's been doing this for 25 years. Okay. Another one I was doing here that I was thinking of doing for another Parasite page test was actually search engine optimization. So if you're doing like a Parasite page, how would you do this? Okay, well, let me show you. So this is 9% easier, and it's got a little bit more money behind it. Search engine optimization outsourcing, outsource search engine optimization, best SEO outsourcing company, local SEO outsourcing, and then we have specific kind of SEOs for HVAC, SEO for dental practices, those different kinds of things there. So for the Parasite page, let's go and look at best SEO outsourcing company. So then what is the primary and secondary query intent? Okay, we'll notice a couple things. It's a 4-word long tail query. 4-word long tail queries. The more words in it, usually the more middle of the sales funnel you are. They're looking for information, but they're starting to want to transact. They're getting specific. They want specific information. They're more interested getting close to a conversion or a termination, which is the same thing. You will terminate the search. They need to terminate the search and or convert them, right? And the more words, the more specific, the more they've drilled down in the search sales funnel, the more they're ready to convert or terminate. 1. 2, it has the word best in it. Any qualifier like best, top, things like that tells you immediately you are in the you're in the informational transactional space. They are ready to make a conversion or a transaction because they're looking for the best blah, blah, blah. They're not asking what is blah, blah, blah. Now they're asking, give me the best blah, blah, blah. Why? Ostensibly because I want to buy it. If I'm convinced, I want to buy it. They're in the middle of the sales funnel. This is a perfect area to be, to inform and convert, right? And you saw that that was, the data bore it out. The data bears it out that it's up 1,000%, and people are bidding quite a bit on it, and they're going to convert higher, and it's making some good money, right? And it's easier. It's 24% easier, 25% if you round up, than the rest of SEO. That's amazing. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. There's only one site here with brand awareness. That also is amazing. Although I'd say Easy Rankings probably has some brand awareness. They do show up here twice. Notice also another thing here. There are no site links. Nobody here is answering the question very well. They're all getting high bounce rates. This guy has a rating, which is good. But notice there's no site links here. Everybody is still looking around. I'm not really sure what you need to know about it. Okay, this is very important. Clearly, it's informational. We already knew this. I mean, clearly, giving information of the best SEO outsourcing company, who it is, they're looking for a listicle. These guys are really great. Of course, it's us. That's a very standard affiliate review service page model. Is Google wants, in the services, they literally said in their service review, if you're going to review a product or a service, we want to give the user options. You can't just say, we are, hire us, and give no other options there. You cannot do that, right? You need to give them options like this #1 page is here. But of course, you can put yourself #1. They put themselves as #1, of course. So you can do that, right? Also, let me go here. I actually want to, I should have done this already. Best, where is it? Best SEO outsourcing company. Here we go. I want to find the boosting keywords. Let's go to China. Let's go to google.com. Let's see if this works. This is a new form. Google.com. China. Let's go to English. Let's not choose the position rankings. Let's do the default tests. And yeah, generate an article file. Continue. Let's do the high quality article. Let's do the URL, the title, meta description, heading level 1. Let's submit. SEO experts. Boom. We'll see if that works. Okay, so that's running. It is easier. Now that's got the correct mouse over. Okay, this is done in the reports. Let's take a look here what RankBrain found. So, and the SEO, your SEO that we services, your SEO services, your SEO, we are your SEO outserving services. That's what it said. And if you can get the results for your website, it's all informational. We have more and as our marketing we can do for you, business we can do for you, search we can do for you. We have a company, outsource it to us. Here's the command, outsource. There's the verb, outsource, right? You can just go down the list here and say, okay, this is what the page should be about. What to do, what not to do, informational. So it's informational, primary intent, obviously. Time is of the essence. We can build your content for you. We can have you give you a strategy. We have the best team. We can help agencies. We can help do SEO for your clients, for any digital agency, and getting your optimization working. We are the best. Best is over 6. Best is over 5. So you definitely should mention best. Mention cost as well. Cost. Here we go. Here's a secondary dimension that you should be focusing on. Cost. Notice from the top here, they care. Look at the adjectives here. They care about services, outsourcing. They care about results. Results actually is the secondary dimension. Results. We will get you results. Results matter. People care about results. That's why this is so high. The year-over-year search is so high, because you need to get them results. And more. We could do your marketing. We'll do your search optimization, outsource it to us. And then the third dimension, if any, is the work we can do for you, the strategy we can get for you. Then the fourth is the help. The fifth is the best. The best is the top, actually, the primary query intent. And then the fifth is the cost. So we want to say we're the top. Here's a list of the top and the best, pros and cons on those dimensions of the services they have, the results they can get for you. Can they build the website for you? Yes or no? Can they do the marketing for you? Yes or no? They're obviously doing the search engine optimization for you. Can you outsource to them? Yes. Obviously, that wouldn't be in the table if they couldn't. What they can do for you, the time it will take is another dimension you should talk about. Will they make content for you? Yes or no? It's another dimension you should talk about in your table of check marks to give the most absolute helpful, experienced, and useful recommendations for these guys, the pros and cons of all these. Can they help you with your business strategy? Yes. Do they have a team to help? Yes. And how much do they cost? Or is it free? Free is important here as well. Look at this. So those are the primary ideas in RankBrain, which is the primary ranking algorithm you should be paying the most attention to. All right, guys. Well, as I said, you need to start with the keyword discovery and pick the right keywords to begin with. Pick the top 5 that are easiest, that will make you the most money. Build those pages out. Spend 20 minutes to an hour building it out instead of 10 hours to 20 hours testing it and building it out like it used to be. And rinse, repeat. You could do 5 pages a day. 5 hours a day on 5 pages a day, 25 pages a week, 100 pages a month of the easiest to rank for. You can succeed in the first month or two, even on a new site. SEO is a race. Get going. You can do it. You can succeed, and you will succeed if you follow these tactics. All right, guys. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for interacting. Thanks for watching.